Do you feel like you have too little time and too many freaking options to figure out what is right for you? You are trying to hold a strong face, but inside you feel lost, helpless, like you don't have control over your own life. Then you are the right place, my friend, because in this video, I'm going to share insights with you that will finally stop you from oscillating between the right decision and the wrong decision and finally allow you to figure out what you really want in life. Hi, I'm Srishti. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we jump to the insights, really a bit about me. I have had my share of experiences in my 20s. I am a double graduate from top universities in the country in two very distinct domains. I started my career as a freelance graphic designer. In fact, the very first job that I landed up with one of the most influential content creators come entrepreneurs of our times that I cracked through a single cold email. Worked with a couple of startups in India before I landed my very first international client. I was doing all this while I was moving cities and countries all by myself. And it was all fun in hindsight, but not always in the moment. And that is why this is deeply personal. Having lived my 20s, I just feel I would feel much more confident taking the decisions that I did had someone shared these insights with me. That brings me to the first insight: contextualize. So what is happening? How are you feeling? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling confused? Don't say all of them. Pinpoint the strongest feeling that you're feeling right now. Basically, what I mean is ask yourself questions. How to do that? By giving yourself time to sit and reflect. From my personal experience, when I was trying to figure out my career, I felt like I didn't have enough time to decide. On top of that, I didn't know exactly what I'm good at or what I want to do. It almost felt like there is a freaking train that I would miss. So the instinct was like, run towards the rain and catch any compartment that you can hold on to. In reality, there was no train to catch because it was really my life that I was thinking about. The reality of my life and the possibility of me ruining it by taking a bad decision was something that was causing me a lot of stress. So I made this presumption that maybe making just any decision like everybody else around me would just set me free. And I couldn't be more wrong. Probably what you need to do is reframe first. How do you do that? Write. Journal your feelings. Journal all your fears. Journal your goals. If you still feel stressed or overwhelmed, ask for help. Talk to a therapist, career counselor, talk to a senior who can help you actually contextualize your situation. And you will only be able to ask for help or the right questions when you know what's up. Seek clarity. You are dealing with a lot and it has happened quite suddenly, like living alone, traveling outside of your own city, new career decisions, you're navigating relationships, career planning, and finances. These 4-5 aspects of your life that have surrounded you all at once. So how do we see clearly? You can just focus on 2 or maximum 3 areas of your life that matter to you. How you circle this is you primarily look at those 2-3 areas that are affecting your life the most or significantly will reduce your stress if you made some changes over here. What will happen when you seek this clarity in your priorities? 1, you will know what you need to work on first. You will know what you can do in your capacity in those areas, the options that you have or the resources that you have. And most importantly, you will know what you don't know yet. Now at this point, it becomes very important to make one big distinction, and that brings me to the third insight. Differentiate between expectations and responsibility. So this is going to be a bummer, but I'll still go for it because it's insanely important. You are indeed responsible for your life. You are really responsible for how your life looks, feels, what it holds for you in the future. If you have the freedom to decide what you want to study, if you have the freedom to decide what job you want to take, which city you want to live, just the freedom to choose what you want to do with your life, to be able to educate yourself, to make something of your own life, is something that most of the people around the world do not have. So it's important that you see it for the privilege it is, because not many people have that choice. Having said that, it is by no means easy or simple. If you are overwhelmed and stressed, you are not wrong in feeling the way that you feel. This time is important and it can shape the next 10 or 20 years of your life. What I want you to check is, what is that narrative that is making up your beliefs right now? And what is it that you really believe in? How you bifurcate between expectations, what's your real responsibility towards yourself. Expectations are always in levels. There could be societal expectations, there could be your parents, or the expectations that you have for your own self. If you skip to contextualize and seek clarity about what is your priority, because at any given point there are only extreme narratives that get trending. Because of social media, these can feel like the truth. On one hand, there is this hustle culture where 20 somethings are making unicorns, YouTubers who are making millions, versus another extreme narrative where burnouts at its all-time high. Gen Zs are lazy, they do not want to work, they are going through so many mental health issues or anxiety, and the job market is non-existent because of the kind of security it offers. Both of which can be true. But what's important is what is true for you. Because when your life is happening to you, it's not that black and white. It is not this linear race that if you lose once, you're done, game over. It's not a zero-sum game that if you will succeed, somebody else will not, or somebody else will, you will not. Frankly, to be lost in your 20s is a good sign. It means that despite of the pressures or overwhelm that you feel during this time, you've not given up and you're still seeking out your full potential. And I trust if you are really seeking it out, you will find it. Which brings me to the last thing I want to leave you with. The writer and psychologist Satya Bayok, who wrote in an article in The Guardian, the journey to becoming an adult or adulting, it's about bridging the gap from looking to authority figures for direction and answers to learning to trust our own. You have way more control than you think. This is the time that you can fail, you can make mistakes, can make wrong decisions, because it's inevitable. The idea is to collect as many resources that you really need to keep yourself moving, so that you can simply make those mistakes just a little faster and learn from them. I'm gifting you this definition of success that was life-changing for me, and I'd link the Spotify link in the description, so if you want to check it out as a daily dose of inspiration, you can. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.